Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Prepare, pray, plan. Wonderful. Tickets. Good evening. How are you, Benny? Hello. Get your tickets in our bio. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to get started in a minute. How was your day? Hi, good evening, everyone. How's your day going? Let me know where you are joining me from. Today's going to be exciting because I'm going live with an amazing woman by the name of Nancy Aragbaye. And she's one of our speakers at Prepare, Pray, Plan 2024, which is the way we are opening up 2024 for women who are intentional about what they want to see and achieve in this year. And so if you're based in Atlanta, Georgia, I definitely would recommend that you go to the link in our bio, go to our website and purchase a ticket for yourself, but for other amazing intentional women in your life as well. So literally we're counting down. We're at the crunch time now. So there's so much there's so much going on, so much planning. Hi, Cleo from Maryland. Awesome. Thank you for being on here. Nice to meet you. How was your day, Cleo? I hope your day was wonderful. I hope your day was awesome. I hope it was wonderful. So that means, Cleo, we're going to be missing you at Prepare, Pray, Plan next week, Sunday then. Just going to give a couple of minutes for Bami to, for Nancy, for Nancy to join. So yeah, Bami, let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know how your day has been. How has the year been, just in general so far? Has it been exciting? Has it been intense? Did you ease into your year? I was talking to Nancy today. You're welcome, Cleo. I was talking to Nancy earlier on today, and she talked about how it feels like it's already March. And I was like, I thought I was the only one who felt like it was March already, but we literally have the ground running. And so I'm just excited that all the things that we're preparing for Prepare, Pray, Plan next year, rather next week, that it will be amazing, it will be wonderful, it will be successful. So that's what we're hoping for right now. So let's, while we're waiting for Nancy to join, Cleo, have you had any word yet for your 2024? You know how people have their theme for their year. Do you have a theme for your year? Let me know. Do you have a theme for your year, Cleo? Or are you still looking and waiting for that? Let me know. For their year. And I'm going to send this to Nancy to join. I wonder where she's going to join from. Nancy. Hi, Nimi. Hello, hello, hello. Just gonna give Nancy a couple of minutes. She's gonna join. Just came off of the call, so I'm not surprised. Probably need some to catch her breath a little bit. But thank you all for being here. We're gonna get started. Again, if you're watching this on the replay, remember that Prepare Prayer Plan is next week Sunday. Next week Sunday. So if you haven't gotten your ticket and you're in Atlanta, I don't know where you want to be next week Sunday, even not Prepare Pray Plan 2024. Let me tell you, there's so much that has gone and is still going into creating such a surreal experience for everyone. And so please get your tickets for other amazing women in your life. Everyone should just pull up on that day. Our speakers are ready, our panelists are ready, the experience is ready. And there's something that I'm definitely very confident about, really, is everyone who comes in through the doors of that place on Sunday is going to leave transformed. I don't know. I'm just really confident about that, honestly. So up to join me in a minute and see if we get started. Hey, Nancy, I have accepted you to join me. Let me know. Yep, here we go. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I am amazing
Thank you, Cleo,
as well.
for
Thank you.
I like, you're looking amazing as always with the eyebrows, with everything.
try to spice it up a little bit. I
Yeah,
don't get
better.
live often. I was trying to actually navigate this platform. But I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Stella, for
Oh,
having
my
me.
absolute pleasure. I'm just gonna, yeah. We're ready to get started. So before you join, I was just asking people who were on the call just about just how they were feeling, where they're joining us from. So hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, and I hope that it doesn't feel like March for you, even if we're just on the 10th day in January. Um, I hope that your day is going awesome. And feel free to put in the chat, in the comment, where are you joining us from? I'm going to give Nancy some time to introduce herself, but also where are you joining us from? That's your question. And let us know if you have a theme of the year. You know, I see that Cleo put something in the chat about 2024 is envisioned to be a year of all-round growth for her. I believe that for you. I believe that in faith with you, and I believe it's going to be an all-round year of growth for you as well. So, if you're joining us, thank you for being here. We truly appreciate your presence, and just let us know where you're joining from, and if you have a theme of the year already. But yeah, welcome everyone. This is Women Doing It Afraid, and I have the beautiful, very intelligent, excellent Nancy on the call today. Uh, she is one of our breakout room powerhouse speakers, basically, and she's going to be leading the breakout session that is focused all about business and entrepreneurship. And so, what we're doing is more like an insight series on what to expect for PPP happening next week Sunday. If you have not gotten your ticket, it's in the link in our bio. So Nancy's going to be giving us an insight and sharing who she is, you know, and why you should come to her room, right?
Yeah.
And so, Nancy, over to you. So tell us about who you are and all of that.
I most certainly will. Now, I'll try not to be long-winded because when I introduce myself, I don't like to introduce myself by what I do, but I like to introduce myself by who I am.
Okay.
And I like to start by saying, first and foremost, I am a daughter of the Most High, the King of
Yeah.
Kings, the Lord of Lords, the I am, right? The great I am. That's who I am.
Gotta say it.
I am also a daughter. I am a mother. I'm a sister, and I am a friend and a lover of humanity. So, what I do is sourced from who I am. I am also a bridge between Africa and the diaspora. I am Nigerian American, born and raised in Los Angeles, California. So, who I am is what I just explained. And because of that, you guys get byproducts, which is the
Right.
work that I do. So the work, what do I do as a byproduct of who I am? I am the founder of Strategic Solutions Global. It is a leadership development firm for African African women of descent across Africa and the diaspora, for global leaders who are truly looking to change the world. So leadership is something I'm totally passionate about. And when you couple leadership with strategy, I mean, you're talking about unstoppable impact. So I'm actually really excited for this topic, prepare, pray, and plan, which is why I was like, it's a no-brainer. Sign me up. Yes, I'll be a speaker. And I wish I could actually be an attendee because I would be at the breakout sessions myself.
I know. I mean, spot on. I'm coming with my pen, my paper, my heart, everything. I'm coming to soak in all the knowledge and gems and insights that you all are going to be dropping. But most especially, knowing fully well that that room is going to be about inspirational education, but we're also going to be having the tools to activate what we're learning, right? Because it's one thing to gather all of that information, but if we don't need to transform it into action, it's just going to be where it is in our book. So I'm excited. Yes. And there's something you said. I love your introduction when you said it's not about just what I am, but who I am, because what you are stems from who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's hold on that thought a little bit because I think that's so instrumental. Where a lot of people burn out, a lot of people go around in circles and try to figure out what else can I do. Like my goals keep shifting year after year after year. My vision keeps expanding, but they don't have the capacity and the strength to sustain that. And that could also be because of the lack of understanding of who they are.
Absolutely.
So do you want to talk more, just a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So I now I really understand who I am, right? And I would say that it took burnout, it took being extremely tired. It took a lot for me to realize like actually being whole is the best thing that you can do for yourself.
Right.
As someone of impact, as a woman who is ambitious, as a human being who's just striving for success, the best thing that you can do is really understand who you are, why you were created, your purpose in life. Those are the things that serve as your North Star. And when we're not grounded in who we are, we then begin to shift in different directions, which is
That's
why
right.
you get people constantly changing their plan, constantly
Yeah.
changing their vision, allowing their circumstances to define their situations, right? Define their goals. So, I say I lead by vision, not by circumstance. So
Mm.
it don't matter my circumstance. That's none of my business. That's
Right.
temporary. But the vision is something that will be it's already arrived, as a matter of fact. It just hasn't manifested as of yet, right? It's already here.
Yeah.
And so when you have vision and you know who you are, then you're able to navigate the temporary circumstances within your life, still all going towards that direction. So for anybody, before you even plan, before
Mm.
you prepare, I actually suggest that you pray for revelation so you can know who you are. Then you can start planning towards the vision, because you will actually like shift if you aren't grounded in yourself. So that would be my recommendation.
Absolutely. I mean, and kudos to you talking about prayer first before you even prepare or plan, right? And that's why we have prayer smack there in the middle of our three P's, right? Because to me, being in the middle means that that's the foundation where every other thing stems from, which is the prayer part of it. And even as I was coming to 2024, I really felt like there's this shift. I've seen a lot of confirmation that's just not me feeling this. It's just a shift in the environment and atmosphere. People want to go back to who they are. People are exhausted trying to figure things by their strength. They're like, okay, I can't be exhausted anymore. Like even the Bible literally says, by strength shall no man prevail. And people are realizing, okay, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Can I go back into the rest of who God is, and draw strength from that, right? And so what you're saying about going around in circles really is just that disconnect between who am I? And there's only one person who can answer that question, right?
One
It's only one person.
person.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So let's talk about personally, how do you personally prepare for a year of impact, and entrepreneurship? What are your strategies?
Yeah, that's a loaded question, but in the most simplest way. I love how you have prayer in the middle. I'm more like a pray, prepare, pray, plant. Like the prayer is
We're
like
everywhere, right?
loaded, right? I am very in tune with myself, so I have periods of isolation where I can. Because let me say, the world is a very distracting place. So if you're not grounded in who you are, which is how we started, you will lose sight of where you're supposed to be going. And so I engage in periods of isolation, from fasting to being in silence. Like for my birthday this year, I actually have a twin brother, and my twin brother, I was like, I actually need to be like, I know we're twins, but this birthday we're not hanging out together. I'm actually going out of the country by myself for like a 3-day isolated period, so I can just be in prayer and fasting and
Yes,
meditation, right? So these are the ways throughout the year that I plan for the
yes,
year. But I always make sure before I enter the new year, I have grounded myself from a spiritual standpoint to really get an understanding of where I'm supposed to be going. Some people call it intuition. I call it the Holy Spirit.
yeah,
But your spirit, your inner being, speaks to you.
yeah.
And if we allow ourselves to be distracted, we will not hear the right direction in which we're supposed to go. So what I highly recommend before you begin to plan and before you begin to prepare is that you have some sort of spiritual routine that allows you to get grounded with self, because that's when you hear the real direction that you're supposed to be going.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. Isolation, silence, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's harder, and motion is easier, and it should be the reverse, right? Really, motion should be harder, and silence easier. But we're such a driven and going motion
Yeah,
world that to be still feels like it's a burden, just because of the some expectations that have we've given ourselves that nobody gave to us. That being still, but I truly believe that there's power in retreats.
yeah,
There's so much power in stillness. And so it's wonderful to hear you say that isolation is part of your impact strategy. Isolation is part of your business strategy,
absolutely,
because we don't want to be busy. We want to be productive.
absolutely.
Okay. And so what about in the instances, for example, right? So life throws you curveballs, and things just happen,
Okay.
right? How do you stay how do you stay focused on that? Because I mean life will be life and
Life will
God
always life. Life will
life will be life
always
and
life. This
yeah.
is such a good question. And remember, in the beginning, the first thing I said was, I lead by vision, not by circumstance.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
want that to sit, right? So I lead with vision and not by circumstance. So the thing that is priority, because I'm in a point in my life where my purpose is my life, right? And I have a purpose for being a mom, purpose for being a friend, right? But my ultimate assignment here on earth, a big part of my assignment is this bridge between Africa and the diaspora. And right now, what God has heavy on my heart is this leadership movement. So I understand that life will always
Right.
happen. But because the assignment on my life is great, that's why I was created. So I don't allow circumstance to shift my vision. I may move slower.
Right.
I may have to like shift some things. However, the vision is the vision. That's the priority. So what I have to do is learn how to navigate the circumstance. I didn't say let it stop you. You have to navigate the circumstance. So when people say I don't have time or life just happened and I had to stop, well, that's a problem. That means that you're literally driving to your destination and you just decided to park the car.
Right.
That is very
Right.
interesting.
Right.
So I think, thinking about ways to intentionally rest and take care of yourself is important, but stopping, I don't believe in that. I believe in navigating your circumstance in a way that is healthy. So that is what I would recommend. So again, I can't tell you how many things have happened, especially this
Right.
year in my life, that I almost crawled to the finish line. But my spiritual background, having a supportive community who believes in the vision as well. That's why you should share your vision with people that you trust, because these are the
Yeah.
people that are going to help you navigate circumstances, because circumstances will
Happen.
forever be in your life. I mean, that's in scripture. Your life is full of problems. That's I'm quoting, right? But or summarizing, but that is life. Your life forever will be full of problems and challenges. Could you
I know.
imagine?
It's literally in the Bible.
So
Yeah.
what do you mean? So you have to learn to navigate circumstances. It's
That's
part of
right.
it.
And, and even the Bible talks about, and this is the victory we have in Him. So we already have victory, even if we have challenges. But sometimes, again, going back to knowing who you are, if you don't know you are victorious, you park your car instead of figuring out, well, how do I get to that finish line? Because I already knew I had victory past that finish line. Wow. So I just made a note here when you said share your vision with those that you trust. Um, so let's talk about that, right? So let's say someone's on this call trying to figure out, well, what is my vision? So I heard, we've heard you talk about praying, literally praying and asking God for direction, right? And I know you're leading the breakout room around business and entrepreneurship. And so what if someone is trying to figure out, well, what am I called to in the business territory or entrepreneurship territory? What are the maybe top 3, 4, 5 things you tell that person listening right now?
Yeah. So I kind of have different I think of like what you're asking like as a spectrum, right? Like there's the entry point into business, trying to figure it out. There's the people who've already figured it out. There's the people who are like really trying to level up.
Right.
And there are people who have arrived and are like, okay, what's next? And I think like depending on who you are, again, the step one is always your spiritual support. I highly recommend Jesus, but everyone is not privy, to it or wants it. But whatever it is, get a spiritual practice. The next thing I would say is revisit, like every year, ask yourself, what do you want for the next 5 years? Like really ask yourself, and making sure that like every year it's still the same thing, because I would say 4 years ago I had a 10-year vision, and I actually and from that 10-year vision, I've broken my 10-year vision down to like year by year, right? Because year one plus year two plus year three plus year four, like it has to add up. And so I'm able to revisit my vision every year and also revisit the past years to make sure I'm on track. So I would highly recommend, regardless of where you are on your journey, whether you're just starting or you're at the highest level and you've arrived, reset and ask yourself, what is my 5 to 10 year vision?
Right.
Because that is going to be your, again, that is going to be your North Star. You need a focus. And a lot of people don't have focus. A lot of people have a wish list versus like a big vision, a big dream. Stop making wish lists, stop making goals, and like, what do you want your life to look like in
Right.
5 years?
Yeah.
Who do you hang out with? How much do you make? What do you drive? Like, literally get a visual in your brain, because that's going to start to guide the decisions that you make on an every single day. Like, I want to drive a Bentley in 5 years. Okay, how are my spending habits, or what's my financial plan? Like, what does my credit look like? Like, how much do I have saved? And did I make a good decision that's going to help me get to the Bentley in 5 years, right? So my vision guides my daily actions.
Right.
It
That's
really, really
important.
does. So reset, look at your vision every year.
Yeah. And your vision also holds you accountable to your daily actions.
Absolutely.
Because if you look at that and you say, well, just like what you said, what my spending habits? Does it align with the vision for the Bentley, right? Or I want to maybe write a book, for example. Well, if my watching something that I shouldn't be watching or spending so much time in it because I should have, does it align to me being an author, right? So that vision is very important. And I believe I'm trying to trace it back just for someone listening right now saying, well, I don't even know what my vision is or how to even get there. I think it goes back to what you said really about that separation and really asking God for clarity and figuring out exactly what you've been called to. Because sometimes people might be like, I don't even know what my vision is. Or they could have inspired vision from every other person's vision, and their vision is now a mirage of every other person's bits and pieces of what they've seen, right? Because they do have those skills in them, and they feel like, well, I can do that and I can do that. And now everybody's they're literally confused, right? So definitely for anyone who's listening, definitely that isolation and asking. You might not get the answer immediately, but there's something always tugging in your heart that, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. That could be it. And even if it feels like it's so massive and ridiculously enormous, that is even more powerful, because then it means you cannot rely on your own strength. You will have to literally submit that to the person who will give you strength for that. So to your point around just your vision drives your daily actions.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was very powerful. So give us an insight on what people are also going to expect in your breakout room for Prepare, Pray, Plan 2024.
Yeah, and what I will say is the breakout room I am going to facilitate, I would highly recommend that you come to PPP, Prepare, Pray, and Plan with an understanding of yourself. Like, my session's not to help you figure out what your vision is. It's not to help you figure out who you are. There's a very great life coaches for that. So one, there's a prerequisite, right? Was what I would say. So really come very clear on what your vision is, and come knowing who you are, and be grounded in that.
Yeah.
Because what I'm creating with the session I'm facilitating is actually a session that's designed to accelerate you to the vision, right? So how do you begin to strategize and plan to get to your vision at a very accelerated pace? So what should have took you 5 years is now taking you 18 months, right? That's the type of strategy and backwards planning that we're going to do with the session. I am a strategist. I love strategy. I love, like, thinking about what's the move and how does that move right here? How is that going to impact the move that in year 3 will get you to year 5, right? So that I think like that. And so, yeah, that is what women will receive in their session. And when you think about preparing, I always say first there's planning. People love planning. But sometimes you plan and you're not prepared. And the preparation phase is, what do you have to do? How are you preparing to ensure that you can execute some of those things on that plan?
Yes.
Now, what we'll do, we'll plan, we'll prepare, and now we have to strategize. We got to throw the strategy on there. And I think what's missing with most people's business goals, what's missing from people who are ambitious as far as their goal setting, they're not thinking about strategy. Strategy is if done right, strategy can cut things in
Yeah.
half. Strategy can cut your time in half. Strategy has the potential to accelerate what it is that you're
Right.
doing. So I am excited for the session because you're going to get strategy. You're going to learn how to accelerate your impact at a very rapid pace. And so, yes, this session is not for the novice leader. I cannot lie. Come knowing your vision, come being grounded in who you are, and watch the magic happen.
Ooh. See, I mean, I didn't say it. Nancy said it. She said,
I
even.
said it. I did. I said it here on Wednesday evening, January 10th, 2024. Magic will happen
I love it. I love it.
on that Saturday, or I'm sorry, on that Sunday. So come
Sunday.
prepared.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you sound like that woman she just described, and I believe everyone on this call is that woman she just described, please go to the link in our bio and purchase your ticket. And for other people in your life as well that fit into that category for sure. Yes, Mimi. Go ahead,
I was gonna say,
Nancy.
to be honest, this session's very discounted. So you have an opportunity to access a session that honestly people would probably look and say it's a crazy price, right? These are things that
Yeah,
I teach to my cohort where they're paying respectfully thousands of dollars to access. So the
right.
fact that you have an opportunity to access a session like this,
Yeah,
to be able to figure out how to cut your vision in half, how to be intentional and strategize, and just accelerate your work and your impact. I, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't be serious about yourself in 2020. If you live in Atlanta, Georgia, in Metro Atlanta, and you're watching this live, and you are even thinking of potentially not buying a ticket, or you have to think about it, you can't be serious about yourself.
I love it. I feel like this is a mic drop. I'm like, all right, bye everyone. And then come back and say that the ticket is sold out. But you're absolutely right. And I love it because we're pulling out who we know we are already. I believe at this point in time, honestly, in 2024, nobody should be cajoling anyone into taking authority of who they are.
No,
Nobody should be
absolutely not.
cajoling anybody. We shouldn't be cutting around the corners. We should literally step in audaciously into our assignment and amplify our voice and use our voice and do the thing afraid, literally, like step through the fear and do it afraid. So I love what I'm hearing for sure, because that's the kind of women that we want to be in the room. And again, if there's any woman who is like, I'm not sure, let me tell you, that is the voice of the devil speaking. His voice is louder than the voice of faith inside of you. You are so sure you've been made for greatness. You already have the gift inside of you. All you've got to do literally is just speak it out and take ownership of what you've been called to do, basically. And so if you are that person, come into the room, because iron will sharpen iron next week Sunday.
Yeah.
Iron will sharpen iron next week Sunday ridiculously. People are going to be collaborating. People are going to be having aha moments. People are going to be having breakthroughs. And like I said, I'm looking forward to even at the end of 2024, where the notes that people take on Sunday, they can look back and be like, well, this was even little, like major things happened just because I attended Prepare Pray Platform 24. So that is what we're expecting, and we're fully believing that that is already a reality. So Nancy said, if you haven't gotten your ticket, I don't know if you're ready for 2024. So I didn't say, she said it.
I did. I
All
did.
right. So I don't know if anyone has any questions for Nancy as you have on this call. And one thing that's what I want to highlight that she said was the breakout session, the facilitators. Let me tell you, you're having access to them at a very discounted price, honestly, discounted investment, right? And that is again because we want to see as many women as we know or we don't know win this year, and we believe that again when we all win, our communities winning, our families are winning, generations are winning, legacies being built, right? And so don't sit on the sidelines this time. Come in through the room. You're having access to those women. You can ask them questions like never before. And so I don't know what other way to start off 2024 than literally being in the room for next week Sunday. So again, we have our tickets up in the link in our bio. And so as we come towards the end of today, I don't know if anyone has any question. So Mimi has put our code in there. Feel free to use Nimi's code for 15% off as well. All of our speakers and panelists have their code as well for 15% off. So please use that and come through. And Nancy,
Yes, ma'am.
if I don't see any question in the chat, final question for you. What are you looking forward to the most this year?
Uh, just the year
Yeah.
period. Oh man, this year is such a year of impact for me. So I look forward to the new territory and the expansion that God is doing in my life. I am excited. You're talking about like 10xing,
Man.
10xing, maybe it might be 20x to be honest, what I was able to do last year. And I would say the formula to that is honestly authentic connection and collaboration. And someone the other day asked me about our tagline: connect, collaborate, catalyze change. And I told them that's the formula for changing the world. That if someone invited me to the UN, I would say, actually, if you just connect, collaborate, catalyze change, that will change the world. But people are not spending enough time in the pocket of connection.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the collaborations that are coming out this year because it's astronomical, like, impact that's going to be made this year. So, I mean, we have so much coming up, to be honest. I will say, if you're not able to be in attendance for this prepare, pray, and plan, connect. Connect with all the speakers. Follow everybody on Instagram. Everyone who's speaking is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everyone who's speaking has a community that you can be a part of. Community is what kept me alive last year. Stella, you asked, how do I navigate circumstances when I'm trying to chase my vision? My community, literally, my family and my friends that I share my vision with, is literally what pulled me out of my space last year. I almost resigned I was going handing right back over to God. And my community was like, Nancy, no, you have to do X, Y, and Z so you can keep pushing this vision. So sometimes your community will see the vision that sometimes you don't even see what they see.
Right.
And so please, 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 I'm not selling you. What I'm telling you is something that's real. Connection is acceleration. Okay. So connect. Myself, Stella, Vivian, Ebony, Jasmine, Nimi. I'm forgetting someone.
Laura.
Yes. Please connect. These women are amazing. And we have communities, different ones that offer different things. Connect. I'm begging you for you, not for me, because I'm connected with my community. I'm saying you connect for you so you can achieve the things that work for your life. Your life has purpose. And so this is a season. We're not being afraid. We're doing it afraid. We're having courage.
Yeah.
We're breaking through, and we are achieving what God has for us in our lives. Get a community. That is what I'm going to say. That's what I'll end with.
Thank you so much. And to put a bow to the beautiful last statement you just made is, if you're also here and you're wondering, how can I even get a community? How can I find a community? Plus what Nancy just mentioned, Mimi, one of our breakout room session facilitators, is going to be talking about strategic partnerships and collaboration. So literally, prepare for a plan. I thought about everything for you. So no excuses at all, right? So if that was a concern, the concern has been avoided. We have a solution for you at Prepare Plan. So I can't wait. Nancy can't wait. All the speakers and panelists cannot wait to see you and really engage with you and cheer you on your journey this year. So with that being said, I'm going to wish everyone an amazing rest of your night, and I cannot wait to see you next week Sunday at Prepare Plan 2024.
Wonderful. Shameless plug. Warrior Woman podcast is airing tonight at 8:15. Amazing woman, another person that you get to connect with at PPP. Belle Jones, her interview is tonight, and it's so powerful and inspirational. I'll put it in my stories after this. You can watch it live.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Stella. This was amazing. Thank you so much. And I really am excited for next week, Sunday. Can you imagine?
I know. Counting down. It's already here.
Whew. All right. Well, I'll see you there.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.